Hey guys, I'm Xerxes.
Artemis.
I'm Dionysus.
And I'm Ariadne.
And today we're going to talk about power, what power means, and in our society, how it's exerted. I'm going to start with Ariadne. What's your concept of power? What does power mean to you?
Power means, to me, I can just take everything and no one can stop me, that sort of thing. Yeah.
So getting away with anything.
Yeah. I want to be able to do stuff and not get any pushback. Nothing, no problems. I just want, I want to rule the world. Yeah, that's basically it for me. That's power. My definition of power.
Okay. Dionysus?
Okay, I think power is this kind of administrative control over any object in a contrived system. So you need a creator of a system, and then you need subjects or objects to administrate, like micromanage. You need total observation of them. You need to be able to control their actions, and you need to be able to easily predict what they're going to do through the mechanisms of the system that you've created. And that's essentially power in human society, I believe.
So like with these, is the president or the ruler of a democracy, does he have the power, or do the people have the power as we are led to believe?
No, people only have power as a congregation. Okay, so like if you're of one mind and like several people, that's the only situation in which you have power, which is like almost never. Okay, so that's not really a topic you delve into unless you're really talking about like some mass scale propaganda. If you're ready to do that, then you can talk about like people and crowds as a power. Right, mobs are a power because like they're of one mind, even if it's usually despicable. It's still like a powerful mob, okay? But power, there's a system for power, isn't there? Right, the president has power. There's a contrived system based around the president's administrative control over subjects and objects, and it has observational power. Go on. Sorry.
But for the president to have power, we give him that power.
Yeah.
So the masses give him.
Or do we?
No,
we sort of do, actually. We kind of do.
No,
like, for example,
okay,
let's use Trump as a very good example.
Okay, Donald Trump in America.
Sorry?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Okay, so Trump is in that position of power, but that was only made possible because, well, not us, but Americans gave him that power. They put him in that position. Okay. So yeah, really, the power rests with the masses. It's with us. We don't really, sometimes I don't think we exercise that power in the right way, and usually most times we end up spiting ourselves. But I think, yes, it rests with us in terms of, I think maybe we're talking about politics.
But who makes the decisions?
Okay, see, the system itself, that system of democracy, it's not really, it wasn't really invented by just the people, okay?
Who invented it?
Well, it was created by philosophers, Socrates, Republic.
And how did they...
Right? It is implemented through the use of people because it's a contrived system, and people are an object in that system. Okay?
Okay, so you use those people to get
that. Yeah, you are told that people have this power, but people are they're merely an aspect. Okay, they're an aspect of the democratic system, and they have this almost blessing. They can give their blessing towards a representative, but really there's a contrived system, and these people are absolutely under the control of that system. Okay, you don't actually control democracy.
So mob manipulation, basically, which is what people campaign to do at the end of the day, because people don't vote for people because they all came together and said, okay, this guy is a great guy, he has to campaign and manipulate them. So does he already have the power first?
Sorry?
To make
sort of, actually, because for me to be able to manipulate you to get you.
So I'm saying, like, so the person that does the whole campaign, he must have that power to manipulate the people to put him in power.
Oh no. You're talking about two different things, right? You're talking about, does this person have like propaganda? Is this person stacked with propaganda? Is this person convincing? Are they charismatic? You know, that's their own kind of power. They have their own contrived system. They're trying to they're trying to impose a system upon people, so that people then buy into that system and thus are controlled through his charisma, speeches, etc., etc., etc. But it was all about like the democratic system. You know, he's just until he gets the title, which is a key aspect of the power in that system, okay, which is contrived for that specific purpose. Until he gets that title, right, he's just an object, okay.
Who is just an object? The
candidate.
The candidate. But wait, in this case, I don't think it's until you get that title then you're able to, do what you want. I think if you're able to find, like, for example, we find people, maybe they're marginalized people in the society and stuff, and we're able to know what it is they want, we will appeal to that. We already hold power, I think, even before. So I want to lead you, but for me to lead you, for me to get you to put me in that position of power, I need to appeal to whatever it is that's bothering you. And I think that's what Trump did. So I think, like what he was saying, Trump had power even before he assumed that position. Even before he held that official title of being the leader of the free world, he already held that power, because there are people that felt marginalized, that felt like maybe they did not benefit from the previous administration, and Trump was able to reach those people. So you already have power over him, though. But it's power. Yeah, but power's there isn't. It's a. I think it's a relative.
It's not a general thing.
There is just not one specific definition of what power is. There are different kinds of power, I think, and there are different ways in which we could exercise.
Okay.
There is one general thing of what power does, of like the ultimate results of power. But
the ultimate result, so the end result.
But the manifestations of power are different, and you're talking about like different manifestations of power.
But
Trump did not
it's
have
hard.
democratic power, right? Okay. Look. Okay. So.
When did he not have that democratic power?
As a candidate.
As a candidate, okay.
So you earlier mentioned that power is like, I'm able to do what I want, and like
that was for me.
Yeah.
I feel
okay.
like power
So
is.
like, if you think that's what power is, then like, since Trump's approval rating was so low, why could people not just do what they want and kick him out?
Okay, we're talking about the people now, talking about the masses.
Well, you also mentioned that the people have power, right?
Well, they do. They're the one that put him there. But like you said, it's contrived and it's a bit.
Bringing this discussion
debatable
locally now to Nigeria, so there is Godfatherism, right?
Yeah.
That is real, and that's power, and it appears that in our country, these are the people with the real power that get figureheads,
the so-called cabal.
To so-called
like
cabal.
Yeah.
So again, we're talking about two kinds of power, right? So we have the figurehead who is powerful because he has the title, and then we have the people with the real power who kind of tell these people what policies to follow et al. So
can I just ask, does the figurehead really have power?
Yeah,
I don't think they have any.
Yes, he really does, but the cabal is more powerful mainly because they have a mob. They have a mob strategy, right? There are several people, right, with all the same intention, and they have certain tools and access to resources that even the democratic system must be subordinate to. Okay, and so that's where you have like a hierarchy of powers. Okay, but even at that, a very smart person can just manipulate the democratic system and use it to destroy whatever cabal is infecting it.
I've got a question. So is it only the democratic system that I can manipulate? There are other, obviously it's not every country, goes with democratic rule. So in those countries where they've got like more authoritarian rule,
what do you mean?
Can you manipulate
do you mean like you in particular, or do you just mean one that one can manipulate?
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Well, power is.
Is it easier to manipulate in this sort of system compared to a place like what country do they have a authoritarian rule? It's not democratic. Give me an example.
North Korea.
Exactly. So is it easier to actually? It seems like I think that it's already answered itself. Yes. I was going to ask, is it easier to manipulate things here as compared to places like that?
I actually think No, really.
Eh?
Okay, so when you say easier, you probably mean like, can anyone get into power here, right?
Well, if you're born Igbo, your chances are close to zero
What?
Yeah.
to becoming president.
Yeah.
Wait. Why would you? Why do you say that?
Okay, not anyone can become powerful. Okay, I can sit here and I can definitely say like, I can look at someone and definitely say like, look, tell me your background, tell me who your friends are, tell me who your parents are, and tell me like all your associates, best friends maybe, right? And I'll tell you whether or not you'll definitely never ever be in democratic power in this country, okay? And the same thing is true for like China or North Korea. It's just that it's more blatant, and there's no like there isn't this kind of hopeful deceit of like it's here. So here with democracy, it's like, hey, anyone can become powerful, right? But that's
over there they just tell you straight
nonsense.
away you're never gonna get.
Yeah. Okay.
So as a Nigerian citizen, do you feel powerful? Do you feel like you're impacting anything at all?
Okay, so like,
No.
not now because I don't have any contrived systems of my own, and I haven't been able to subordinate others to that
So
system.
can I just interrupt? When you say contrived, could you make
Oh,
it more can you make that clearer?
Like just a system that you create. Like you think about what you want, what you want to happen, and then you make a system. You make a tool.
That supports that.
Okay, and then you,
your idea.
by subordination, you force people into that system, into that tool, right? And as soon as they start,
So it's sort of a faulty. Can I use that word? It's not really straightforward. It's sort of a faulty system that would benefit only you, really, not others.
yeah, that's the point of power.
Okay, no, yeah, I know. You see, that's what I said. I like when everything benefits me and no one else. That's power.
Okay, but you're not.
When I'm back to my
But you're
thing.
not powerful as if you don't contrive a system for it and you can't subordinate anyone to it. You're just like.
Yeah, but obviously it's
deluded.
a process to get that to be that powerful. You have to go through that process of trying to tweak this, tweak that to benefit you, so that
tweak what exactly?
I don't know, whatever it is that's there.
Or what I'm saying, no, it's not whatever it is that's there. You make something up. You contrive something.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So I don't. It's not like I go into an organization and then make some changes that would
who made
maybe
that
change some
organization?
policies and things like that.
Or who made that organization and who made the structures?
So you're saying
for
I
it?
have to create it from scratch, whatever it is.
Well, if you want like real power,
Absolute power.
You can.
But I can go into someone else's thing
Yeah,
and
you
still
can-
do stuff that
you
I
can
can
usurp
get
power.
some sort of power.
I'm not saying you can't usurp power. I've not said that at all. You can't usurp power.
Yeah.
It's a tool for the person. It's a tool for the person who made it in the first place. But as soon as that person dies, if that or like just
or the
leaves,
person
right? If that structure still remains intact, it's there for the taking. Okay.
Okay.
Can you be content and powerful at the same time?
No.
Well, example, look at Mugabe. He was powerful, but I don't think he was ever content.
No, yeah, well, he stayed there for this many years. He definitely wasn't content.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So I think
no, you can't.
power is sort of it has a way of just it possesses you somehow, and you never want to let go. So I think for some of us, once we get into a position, a powerful place, a powerful position, we never want to let go of that anymore, and it now becomes a thing of greed. We don't want to let go. That is a problem I think we're experiencing in Africa. Look at Burundi, where the guy wanted a third term, I think, and even though lives were being...
I mean, it's pretty intuitive to never want to let go of power. I mean, like if I put you on...
But then that's greedy. So his point you just asked, can you ever be content when you're powerful?
If I put you
You can't
behind the
be.
wheel of a car and
Yeah.
like set the speed to like 250 miles per hour, right?
Yeah.
Let go of the wheel. Why don't you? Just go on. It's greedy to keep holding onto the wheel. Let go of the wheel.
So you're
Well,
drawing so basically you're drawing...
the analogy between
It's
driving a car.
not the same though.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong analogy.
I would
I'll tell
have to
you.
hold on to that, to the steering wheel, because if I don't, I'll lose my life.
Yeah, and if you let go
So
of
let's
power,
use this thing as the Burundian president. I don't even know how far they've gone with that. So if I step down, I don't get that second or third term thing, because it was really confusing. I don't get it. If I step down, do I lose my life? Okay, I sort of lose my livelihoods. I see your point. But still, no, it's not the same thing.
You could still have influence.
Exactly. Look at Jonathan. He made a lot of mistakes during his time in government, but then Jonathan used that little thing of conceding gracefully.
Listen,
and now he's so much more powerful. All the other bad stuff he did while he was
how is he more powerful? What can he do?
Because Jonathan has speaking engagements, and they now look at him as this, he set some sort of trend that is not very, very common in Africa. So all the stuff he wasn't able to do,
never mind
his incompetence, we sort of forgotten that, and now he's this powerful person.
Never mind about his media presence, right? What has he done that he wanted to do?
Nothing.
Okay, so where's his power?
That's my point.
Right.
He is powerful though. Why would I? If you're not powerful,
I don't understand you.
No, Jonathan is. Maybe you just do not. Maybe to you he's not powerful.
It's not powerful.
But he is to you. I think it's a personal thing. I don't think he's powerful as well.
Well,
but then I see these
then you
things.
can just call anyone powerful. So what's the point of having
No.
this conversation?
Actually, yes, you could just call anyone powerful. We all have our different interpretations of what power is and what a powerful person is.
If we
there are these guys on the what do they call them? Underworld gang leaders and stuff. To us, they're evil, they're villains and stuff, but they're still powerful. Someone else would say no.
Is it no?
Illuminati is a whole different story, but they are powerful. If they exist. The thing is, there are different interpretations of power and powerful people. For you might think, no, Jonathan hasn't done anything he said he was going to do. He was a very incompetent president. Corruption was like, it went through the roof.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Wait, and I'm giving an example. But, so to you, no. To me, even when he did that whole graceful thing, when, Buhari won the election, and he was so graceful in his defeat and all of that, which you've got to hand it to him. It's not something that we're used to in this part of the world. For you, you're like, okay, yeah, you did well with that, but to me, you're still not powerful. Others, though, somehow they have now put him in this place. Like, he's being revered. You might not agree with it, but there are people that think like that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Look, I don't
think he's powerful as well. When they say he's speaking at a place saying something, I'm like, why? What has he done? And then I go back to that. So I see their reason. I don't necessarily agree with why he's in this revered position anymore, but I see their reason. So for them, he's powerful. Sorry, I'm done.
Okay.
You can talk.
You see, I'm not saying that his influence doesn't exist. I'm saying he's out of a specific kind of system, right?
Yeah.
And he'll never get back into that was the whole point of my car analogy. Let go of the wheel, and that car is destroyed, whether or not you lose your life. Let's say you jump out into Let's say you jump out into a bed of fluffy roses and you survive the car crash, right?
Sure.
You'll never get the reins back on that power. There's no. You don't.
It's true.
Okay.
So
the car thing though, that's all right.
So can you be poor and powerful?
Yeah, he's not poor anymore.
No.
I'm not talking about just generally. Can you be poor and powerful?
No.
Actually, you could.
In what way?
We have these community leaders. Maybe not in Nigeria. Actually, we do have in Nigeria. They are actually.
No.
When we say poor, you mean financially. You mean material possession.
Yeah, material possession.
Not like poor when it comes.
Yeah. No, not the gospel.
No, listen, right? Okay. If you are an influenceable, if you're a charismatic leader, right, and you have no money, you're not poor because you can just influence people to give you what you want.
But that is not your intention, though. He's talking about. He's talking about someone with noble intentions. Okay. Can we hypothetically someone with noble intentions?
No, how do
can
you know
they
what
be
he's
poor?
Talking about?
Okay, me. Sorry.
I think
hypothetically.
I think he's saying as in can the poor, as in you really don't have.
You have anything.
Can you actually have power?
Except maybe charisma, like you said.
Dependent on your society, as in where you find yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. What I'm saying is, if you have influence, you're not poor. Okay.
When you say
People are
influence,
poor and then they still have influence.
Yes.
Trust me. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
So they're thinking more of the old village leaders, right?
Not only that, yes, you are right. Yes, we're thinking of those traditional settings.
Because of
yes.
age, they have this power where you have to. But I get what he's saying because they have that influence. You have to pay homage to them. You have to drop schnapp. You have to bring chicken. You have to bring, and because of that, then they're not poor.
They're not poor.
Those aren't poor people. People with power are not poor. That's the fact.
So no matter how little that power is, even if it's just the fact that I can give you everything, it's still power.
I think I understand where he's coming
is there
from. It depends on the definition of poor.
Do you have power, right? Or are you not powerful?
So I can't have a little power.
What does a little power mean?
I can't.
Define a little power. What can you do with a little power?
A little power is when it's only schnapps and cola nuts I can give you, and then maybe a lot of, I don't know. Can you grade power?
Well, I don't know. Once you talk about how relative power is and how you can define anyone as powerful, so I mean, like, you kind of keep flip flopping on this.
No.
Thing.
See, do you think you're powerful?
What, me?
Yeah.
No, not at the moment. I'm not powerful.
Okay.
The question is, why do you think you're not?
Well, I haven't contrived a system that I can subordinate people to.
Okay, before you contrive the system.
Must you?
Yeah, I must.
Okay. Since you're saying we can't grade power, yeah? The Dalai Lama is powerful?
Yeah.
Okay. The Queen of England is powerful?
Yeah, she's powerful.
Exactly. But can we grade who is more powerful in terms of influence and whatever it is between the two of them?
No.
We can't.
Well, I mean,
I think the Dalai Lama has more influence than the Queen, actually, worldwide.
Hold on.
Are power and influence closely, are they side by side?
Yeah. I mean, like, when you say influence, like, that's just a general term for, like, you have an intention, ergo you have a system, right? And you have the influence. You have the influence to subordinate them to that intention.
That is still power. Some sort of power.
That's power. That's
exactly.
What I'm talking about.
So they're
okay,
linked.
but when you say someone is more powerful than another, right? Then you're talking about a specific kind of goal. Okay? And in that scenario, when you bring that goal into it, one of them is powerful, and the other person is not. Do you understand?
Okay, so we can't grade them
based on that. For me, it's based on influence. You cannot, as in, kind of like measure it.
Okay, but how do you differentiate between power and influence? Do you see what I mean here? Like, I'm trying to, like, define to you power, but, like, you're not really disagreeing with me. You're just trying to, like, fragment it into different words.
Because no, we're not trying to fragment it. It's just.
Okay, well, I mean,
I get your point. Actually, you're either powerful or you're not. I do get your point. But it's not actually
entirely my point. My point
then
is
maybe saves.
You're either powerful or not, right? Related to a goal that you must subordinate people under. Do you understand?
Okay. Is Donald Trump powerful?
He is.
Yeah,
is he influential?
No.
Yes, he is influential.
For me, no. But he is influential, actually.
Depending on his followers.
Now you see my point of who you view as powerful.
Well, what do you mean? But look, Donald Trump has an intention, right? And let's say his intention is to he's an idiot. Yeah. But let's just say he has the intention to, like, bomb the Middle East. Yeah. Does he have the power to bomb the Middle East?
Yes.
Yes. Is he more powerful than the Dalai Lama? Yes, of course, right?
In that respect,
yeah, of course, in that respect, because it has to do with a system, with a contrived system.
Okay,
so it's something that has been created that will benefit
Is our president powerful?
No.
Our president?
Yes.
Well, yes, our president is powerful.
Is he influential?
Yes, he is influential.
No, he's not.
Are we talking about Muhammad Buhari?
Yeah, but this is my point of. You see how you think he's powerful and he's influential? I don't think. That was the point I was trying to make earlier. I think it's how
but you're not making sense, because, like, look, what do you, when you say...
To me, I don't think he... And I think power, it's got to be... It's also got to be about the effect that this power you think someone has on others. So you think Buhari is powerful. I think he's in a powerful position. Actually, I don't actually think Buhari is powerful.
Okay, if he isn't powerful, right, then tell me how he doesn't have, like, any goals, and how he doesn't have any,
he actually doesn't seem to have any goals. They haven't achieved much. All the stuff they said they were going to do, and then he seems like
no. Not about.
He seems like he's surrounded by.
Power is based on what you perceive it as.
Yes.
To be sincere.
Then that makes it nothing.
No, you can't say that.
You can't really say that.
I can definitely
It's how,
say
no,
that.
it's how you want to see it, you see it. It's how I want to see it, I see it. Just the way you think Buhari is powerful. I'm gonna be like, I don't think he's powerful. I'm not gonna disagree with you though that you think. I just don't think he's powerful. I respect and I understand why and however you've come up with you've reached. Do you understand? However you come up with, I think this guy's powerful. I don't. I feel though he's surrounded by powerful people, like what you said at the beginning, where there's the figurehead and then there's the cabal. In Buhari's case, he has no power. I think he's this cabal. If they exist, they're the ones pulling the strings for me. So for me, Buhari has no power.
Well, we could say that about America and Trump as well, because there's also a theory that America's economy is controlled by a group of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do the presidents really have power then? It's the same situation, isn't it?
Yes.
I just don't agree with your reasoning whatsoever, honestly.
Well, yeah. We will. Let's agree to disagree. I might not agree with yours as well,
they're
but
agreeing to disagree. True. But just long story short, like in conclusion, I've heard great stuff about power today that I didn't realize I would. So
that it was relative. No, jokes aside though.
So,
but seriously, can't you see
Look, the extreme relativism argument can be used for anything. Do you understand that?
It can be used for this.
Yeah, you can mention a point,
yeah.
right? And then you can make it relative, and thus it means nothing anymore because everything is relative, and you can't contrive any meaning. But that's absurd because if you have meanings in the first place, that means that you have biases towards certain places. So what are you talking about relativity?
Okay, so yes, you're right. There is bias here.
There are distinct local relativities, okay? But you can't just say, oh, everything is power and anyone is power, right? Then that means that you're not talking about power.
But I did not say everything and everyone is power.
You basically heavily implied that by saying...
I see, but actually no.
Well, what did you actually say then?
No.
Go on.
I did not say everything and everyone is power. I said maybe our perception of what a powerful person is or of what power is different.
I perceive my dog as more powerful than Buhari.
So then, yeah.
Oh, yes.
You do?
Yeah.
No, you do. You're crazy, but still, that's your thing.
Okay,
that's your thing.
Well,
but
how
wait,
am I crazy?
but wait.
No, actually,
wait.
I think that my relative opinion is just as valid as yours because there is actually no measuring stick to which you can measure. I'm using your logic against you. Do you understand?
No, yeah. You can call your dog powerful. You think he's more powerful than Buhari? That's fine.
Yeah. And
so that means you have your own interpretation of what power is.
Not just that I can.
You have looked at all the...
No. Hold on. I'm not finished.
The interface, whatever you've arrived at.
Not just that I can call him more powerful. Is that you must also be able to admit that you can see him as more powerful.
You come up with how you reached that conclusion.
Yes.
Okay,
of course. Just as long as you realize that every single...
tell me why you think your dog is more powerful. Because when he asked, is Buhari powerful? You said he is. I said no. And I gave my reasons. I felt like, I don't think that's got any power. Because...
You never really told me
he's just a figurehead. Those ones are the ones pulling the strings. The ones that... And they're actually really the ones that put him in government, really. They're the ones that put him there. There are some figureheads that have no power.
Okay, so...
Really.
So
in this case, Buhari has no power. In my opinion, I just think he's bowing to everything that they say he should do. It's like they're puppet masters somewhere and, they're just pulling the strings.
I just think you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, maybe.
This is heavy speculation. Really.
Well, yeah, maybe I don't know what's going on.
My dog is more powerful.
Okay, now tell me why your dog is more powerful.
I'm about to, right?
Go on, I'm listening.
My dog is more powerful because he can lick my face.
Yeah.
And my president can't. There you go.
Good.
Great.
That's powerful.
Excellent.
I think that's a perfect place to end this conversation.
There you go.
Okay. Excellent.
Relativity, everybody.